Yeah. Okay, page 15 in the booklet, in the copy, in the copies, or Eisir Aleph. Okay. The last thing we learned yesterday was the Rebbe is explaining that there's two levels of Gilui Etzem and Neshama. There's Gilui Etzem and Neshama that comes from Mesidas Nefesh, but then it's similar to the concept of Mazlai or Chazi. There's something external is causing it to happen. Then you have the Gilui of Kosis from the mere fact that a person is in Golus. That makes it the ultimate level of it. It makes the ultimate level of Kosis of the Neshama. And then you have the Neshama, not the way it's limited in being infinite, which itself is a limitation, but the way it's rooted in the essence of Hashem, which is above everything. So therefore the Etzem and the revealed powers are all the same. Okay, so he says, Yesh Kashazem Avur Maamar. You can connect, is what is explained in the Maamar, in the meaning of the pasuk Va'ata Tetzaveh B'nei Yisrael, V'yikchu Elecha Shemen Zayizach. As the Rebbe explained before, what it means is Moshe Rabbeinu connects the Yidden with Hashem. And then, through this, V'yikchu Elecha, Moshe Rabbeinu becomes greater. So, Achar Shemeshe Tetzaveh V'yikashu B'nei Yisrael. After Moshe Rabbeinu binds and connects the Yidden with Hashem, as Ayavil Yisrael and Moshe Shemen Zayis. Then they bring to Moshe Rabbeinu the Shemen Zayis. She Yisrael Ayidei Avidosom, which means that the Yidden through their Avedo, you see for Gili Urba Madregas Moshe. Like the Rebbe said at the beginning of the map, but now the Rebbe is explaining it. That through Moshe Rabbeinu connecting the Yidden with Hashem, the Yikcho Elecha, like you said before, the advantage of the foot over the head, the Yidden are called the foot of Moshe Rabbeinu, Sheish Me'ez Elef Ragli. The foot has an advantage over the head, that it takes the head where the head needs to go. To understand this, how this is in serving Hashem. This the Moshe Rabbeinu connects and binds the Yidden. How? Shuzon and Mefarnis Amunah. That he internalizes and he feeds the Jews with Amunah. Meaning, in addition to the revelation, like he says, that because the Neshama sees a Lukus, therefore the Neshama down here has a Lukus. But also, Gamitzad Etzem and Neshama, Moshe Rabbeinu reaches, like we learned before, the level of Kosis, that Moshe Rabbeinu reveals in the Jew the essence of the Neshama, in the ultimate level, like you said before, complacency in Golus, that reveals the essence of the Neshama of the Jew, yeah, in a way that it's above everything, the way it's connected to the essence of Hashem. Yishleimar, Dezel Masha Kosov, Va'ata Tetzaveh B'nei Yisrael. You bind the Yidden, meaning Va'ata Tetzaveh B'nei Yisrael. He says like this, simply the pshat is, Moshe Rabbeinu binds the Yidden to Hashem. Now the Rebbe is saying an additional interpretation is, Va'ata Tetzaveh B'nei Yisrael, you bind the Yidden together between themselves. Not only do you connect the Yidden with Hashem by feeding Amunah and revealing the essence of the Neshama, but you, and this the Rebbe is going to say, it's the same concept. Mashma Shemeshe Tetzaveh Mekasha B'nei Yisrael Atzmam. Why? It's the same point. Because if you talk about the essence of the Neshama, all the Yidden are one. So if he's binding the Yidden to Hashem because he's revealing the essence of the Neshama, then basically what he's doing is binding the Yidden themselves. Because they're all one because of the essence of the Neshama. And afterwards, now the Moshe Rabbeinu reveals the essence of the Neshama in the Yidden. And then he binds the Yidden between themselves. Then Yisrael Lachar shall be Yisrael. Gili Etzem and Neshama Idei Moshe. After the Yidden revealed the Moshe Rabbeinu within them, Shagam Keich Hasad Galuyim Shalahem, that even the revealed powers of the Neshama did sear the formation and the form of the powers of Seichel Midas Machshava Dibra Meiser Yumasim should coincide le'etzem and neshama to the essence of the neshama. Meaning, seichel, midas, thought, speech, and action are only doing what the essence of the neshama wants, which is complete bittul to the highest level of elokus. So what happens? It becomes an addition even in the etzem of the neshama. Here the Rebbe is explaining, not only is it elevating Moshe Rabbeinu, it's elevating the essence of the neshama which Moshe Rabbeinu reveals in every single yid. It makes it connected and it reveals a deeper level of elokus than Moshe Rabbeinu reveals within the Jew himself. Because through the Aved of Yid, of the level of Kosus, like he explained before, not it reveals the neshama, not the way Mesiras Nefesh reveals the neshama, that the essence is one thing and the revealed powers is something else, but the essence and the revealed powers is mamish one thing, because it's rooted, because like you said before, normally essence and revealed powers are contradictory. If it's essence, it's not revealed, and if it's revealed, it's not essence. But that's only in the level of the essence of the neshama, which is coming through Kosus and Mesiras Nefesh. Kosus of complacency and golus that I've explained reveals the essence of the neshama, the way it's rooted in the essence of Hashem, that essence is not essence, and the revealed powers are not revealed powers, and the infinite is not infinite, finite is not finite. All it is Hashem. And if it's Hashem, the essence of the neshama and the revealed powers are all the same thing. There's no limitation even of the essence of the neshama. And to bring out days and the taste of Gambachtas Yisrael. This causes a greater level of unity amongst Yidden.
Hopefully we had.
1 second. Moshe Rabbeinu reveals the essence of the neshama in the Jew. Their Aveda causes even a higher level in the revelation of the neshama. The Aveda creates the level of Kosis on the highest level of Mord. And he says then the unity amongst the Jews is greater. Why? Because Achtus Yisai the Etzem and Shamashim is Galus Behem, the unity of the Yidden, which comes through the essence of the neshama, is Kamei Davar Nosef Neisa Mitziyusa, is something additional to them. Therefore, Achtuzu, this Achtus of Avis Yisrael, he's discussed what the Rebbe says in Tanya, Eisem Nafsham Ikar, the Gufim Tafel. In Tanya, when the Rebbe speaks in Perek Lamed Beis about Avis Yisrael, the Rebbe explains the only way you can come to real Avis Yisrael is by realizing the body is secondary and the neshama is primary. And then you understand that my neshama, your neshama, his neshama, her neshama, everybody's neshama is the same neshama. But he says there's even a greater level than this. Page 16. But when you look at the essence of the neshama, the way it is in the essence, even the revealed powers are one with the essence. He says, Achtus the Yisrael is b'chol inyonim shalahem, in all aspects, even the guf. In other words, in Tanya, the Rebbe explains the only way you can have Achtus Yisrael is by realizing the neshama is more important than the body. Meaning, as the body itself, it's impossible to have Achtus because you are me, and if I'm not you, and you're not me. So we're different. Yeah, here the Rebbe is explaining, according to this level of Achtus, that comes from Gili Atzim and Neshama, that it comes the way Eibishter is Mushush and Atzmos. Okay, in that level, there's no Guf, there's no Neshama. Neshama and Guf are exactly the same thing. So therefore, not only is our Neshama the same and Guf different, without Rebbe speaks about in Tanya, here comes an Achtus that even the Guf is the same.
But the Neshamas are different. Everyone has a different mixture.
No, it's all, the essence of the neshama, the pintalit is the same by everybody.
One has more gavura, one has more chesed.
That's all revealed powers. Moshe Rabbeinu is not more Jewish than me and you. He's greater thinker, greater baseichum, midas, machshava, dibur, u'maisi, infinitely greater. But bottom line is, Moshe Rabbeinu is one yid counted to a million, and so am I. There's no difference in the Pintel Yid, which by the way is the Moshe Rabbeinu in every single Yid. Over there's no difference between us and Moshe Rabbeinu. But here the Rebbe is explaining that this level of the way the neshama is mushish in the essence of Hashem, higher than infinite, higher than finite, higher than gashmis, higher than ruchnius, higher than everything together, which we have no ability to understand what that means. But the bottom line is vocabulary, we can say it. There's a level of elokus that he's not gashmi, he's not ruchni, he's not infinite, he's not finite, as logic dictates. That level of the neshama, then the achdus of Bnei Yisrael is not only from the neshama, as Alter Rebbe says in Tanya, but even the guf is one guf. Your guf and my guf is the same guf. Okay. So he says, what?
The Moshe Rabbeinu of every generation accomplishes this type of achdus?
Yeah.
Or only the generation for the...
No, Moshe Rabbeinu does this, but it depends. It depends what the causes of the generation.
So that's what I'm saying. Now that it's...
This level of Achdus is needed now before Mashiach. Because what's the Gili of Mashiach? The Gili of Mashiach is just Gili of the essence, which is higher than God. Therefore the Guf is going to be together with the Neshama, higher than the Neshama, and all that stuff, yeah? So that level is needed to be revealed right before the era of Mashiach. Because that's what the Gili of Mashiach is all about. In Mordechai's generation, it wasn't the Gili of Mashiach. Mashiach wasn't coming yet. So Mordechai revealed the level of the essence the way it is in Mesiras Nefesh. But then the essence and the Koyches HaGeluyim are two different things. Essence is essence and revealed is revealed. This, our Rebbe is revealing the Achdus that comes from the fact that the Gilui Etzem and Neshama of every single Yid, the way it is mushish in the essence of Hashem, that over there, body, gold, Gashmi, Ruchni, is fine, it's all the same.
But there's a lot of similarities between this generation and the Akate Achashverosh.
You're talking about Mordechai post-miracle, not Mordechai before miracle. In that level...
They had the Halchava, and they were still in Galus.
They were still in Galus for a few years. They weren't 1900 years and 2000 years ago.
They didn't
there
know
were a few years. 3 years later
like
they went up.
7 years.
It was at the end of the 70 years
It was
already.
at the end of 70 years. And one more thing, what formula does the Moshe Rabbeinu of the generation use to accomplish this?
Like they say,
teaching them...
that's his business.
No, I'm serious.
By revealing the inyan of complacency and golus, the way a Jew has to be bothered to the extent that Taka bothers him, that Holocaust is not
So
revealed.
by talking about this might...
Learning it, talking it, living it.
No, I mean by talking about these concepts.
Yeah, but I'm saying living it, avoid of the Yid.
To get us to live with
Right.
this type of yearning.
That's what it is. Now we can understand what it says in the Maamar. So first what Rebbe is explaining now, this Aveda causes a Gilui of Moshe Rabbeinu. He said first it causes a Gilui even in the essence of the Neshama that Moshe Rabbeinu reveals. Yeah? But this is through the level of Kosis. And therefore it reveals the essence of the Neshama the way it's mushush in the essence of Hashem. Well, then we can understand what it says in the Maamar. She saw my see from the Avidosim. The Madregas Meisha, Ner Tamid. The Rebbe asked the question at the beginning of the Maamar. The Chayra, one pasuk says Ner Tamid, continuous, another pasuk says Be'erev Ad Boker. So which one is it? The Chayra, Zeh Shaner the Neshama. Ner Hashem Nishma Sadamu Tamid. B'shava b'li shinui. How do you get Ner is the Neshama? Ner Hashem Nishma Sadam. How do you get that the Neshama is always in the same level of connection to Hashem? You know, you're in the mood, you're not in the mood, a good day, a bad day, and this and that. It says only Aidei Gilui Etzem and Neshama Shenimshach Aidei Meisha. When the essence is revealed, so then there's no difference between any time, because the Koyches HaGeluyim, the revealed parts of the Neshama are connected. The Ba'etzem and Neshama and Shaykh Shini, there's no change. But yet in the Maamar, the Rebbe is asking a question. But Maamar, he said, Inyan Ner Tamid Aidei She'Yisrael Me'isim Madregas Meisha V'Yikro Elecha. The Rebbe is asking a question like this. Based on what we're saying, who reveals the Ner Tamid? Moshe Rabbeinu, by revealing the essence of the neshama, makes the Aved of the Jew, the Ner Tamid. Always the same Aved. But Locher in the Maamar, he explains that Ner Tamid comes about not through Moshe, by us adding to Moshe Rabbeinu. And the Friedrich Rebbe the Maamar explains that through the Aved of the Yim V'Yichol HaShem Zayizach, then you become Lalis Ner Tamid in Moshe Rabbeinu. Here we're saying Locher the opposite. That Moshe Rabbeinu is revealing the Ner Tamid in the Jew. Yeshloimar, he could explain, Shagili, that's a neshama, b'derech mumayla lamata, in the gilui of the essence, the way it comes from above through Moshe Rabbeinu connecting us, meaning he's doing it for us or involved in it. Then there's chilak bein erev u'beiker. Then there's a difference between night and day, between good times and dark times. Because then he said, when is the primary gilui of the neshama? When there's halamas statum, which is erev. He says, when is the koyach hamesidas nefesh revealed in the Jew? In the difficult times. Even those Yid in the time of Gzeira, which is Erev, they had Mesidas Nefesh. Yet when the Kshabol and Malkim Shav Shalas B'Tein Mitzvah Mitei Chachov Beiker, you don't have the same Mesidas Nefesh that they had before. So that explains like this. When the Gili comes to Moshe Rabbeinu from above, not our Aveda, when the Gili comes to Moshe Rabbeinu from above, reveals Mesidas Nefesh in the Jew, so then this country had more Mesidas Nefesh, they were greater. Less Mesidas Nefesh needed, they weren't so great. But Amit is Inyan the Ner Tamid. What's the real Ner Tamid Aveda when we do it? Shein Shar Beishinui is Ayidei Avidosim Shal Yisrael, when the Yidden create the same level of Mesidas Nefesh in every aspect. Shegam HaKeich Zergaluyim Yochadim Etzem Nesham V'Yichulach. The Rebbe says, yeah, there's two Ner Tamids. There's a Ner Tamid that Moshe Rabbeinu revealed within the Jew. That Gilui Etzem Neshama causes the Neshama to always be good. The problem is, over there's a difference though by Erev and Beiker. In Erev, you're going to have more Gilui of Mesidas Nefesh than you will have in Beiker. But when the Yidden's Aveda do it, it comes Mumat L'Mayla, so then it becomes Ner Tamid, not only in Erev and Beiker. There's no Erev and there's no Beiker. Because that level of Gilui Etzem, somebody says, is rooted in the essence of Hashem. In that level, there's no Erev and Beiker, everything's the same. V'alpizeh yesh levayit, zeh shekosas lamor nemar bekosas, be'emshach v'yichui lechon, ki bekosas lamor nichlo kam zeh. What is kosas lamor also includes there's a greater level. That Yisrael and Shvurim and in Koim Gosses means Hashem begolus. They're a person, in fact, they're in golus. The Inyan Zeh, or the Avedas, or Dosam Shal Yisrael. In other words, what does the Rebbe reveal in the Jew? That they should understand that their own Aveda, they should be bothered from the fact that they're in golus. That's their Aveda. The Rebbe can create the environment of not to be complacent in goals. But the bottom line of who, in order not to be complacent in goals, that's our Aveda. That's costs that we need to do. Therefore it says costs lamor in the level of Yichoi Lacham. By the Yidden becoming greater. He said the first time, Yichoi Lacham. The Yidden become greater because they revealed that the revealed powers, the hidden powers, all the same. So that level creates the avodah of the Jew lahalis ner tamid. So you have kosis, by the way, that there's a difference between erev and beiker. Mesidas nefesh is more in erev than there is in beiker. Therefore it says me erev ad beiker. But the level of tamid is when you reveal the essence of the neshama, the way it is from complacency and golus, which is mushush inat. So over there's no erev, there's no beiker, it's only tamid. Vinei apirush b'pashtus Avat Tetzaveh b'nei Yisrael v'yikchei lecha shemesh Tetzaveh b'nei Yisrael. The Meish should command the Yidden sheyikchei lecha umov mizem moving gam pnimis ha'inyanim. Meaning, in the deeper level, the Zeh shemesh Tetzaveh mekashes b'nei Yisrael. That Meish Rabbeinu binds the Yidden, he gives them the koyach of v'yikchei lecha. V'yikchei lecha, the Rebbe explains until now, is their avodah, the avodah of the Jew. Who gives us the avodah to do it? V'yikchei lecha, who gives the Avat Tetzaveh? K'mei kini began l'meishel shebederenu. The Chagmei Chadmar Mor shabedos legalis. What was his role? To reveal and awaken the level of Amunah shebechol echad me'Yisrael. Shemitzad etzem and neshama come from the essence of the neshama. He be'efen she'achar kach yavdu avidasim ke'achatzma. What was the goal of the Frierdiker Rebbe? To awaken the Jews in a way that they stand on their own. B'chlal, what's the ultimate goal of a teacher? Not that the kid should always be taught Gemara, that they should be able to stand on their own and learn Gemara. What do you teach somebody in business? That they should eventually be able to do it on their own. So what's the Avodah of Moshe Rabbeinu? Binding the Eden to the Eibush in such a way that the Eden could do it on their own, with their own Avodah. That there's no difference. Even because the essence of the Neshama is revealed in it, and that level there's no changes.
The Vayikhu Elecha is our service?
Yeah, that's what the Rebbe explained today. The Yikhu Elecha, we have to take it. Who's the Elecha? To that level of the Neshama, Moshe Rabbeinu reveals in us that it shouldn't only be that because of Mesiras Nefesh and all that, it should be our own Avodah of Kosis
that is given to us by the Rebbe,
which Moshe Rabbeinu gives us the koyach to do, that we should feel that level of so it's our own Avodah, but Moshe Rabbeinu gives us the koyach to be able to do our Avodah v'yikhu lecha, that we can reach a level of this essence of the neshama, the way it's rooted in the essence of Hashem, which is higher than everything. By day zeichen mekir of bekar of mamish l'gol hamitzvah v'shlema, and then utaka b'gil elokus gam mitzad hamata, not only elokus from but the avodah, and that's why, by the way, why did I be emphasizing? It's all our avodah, because Mashiach comes, it's basir, basir is going to see elokus. The world is going to see elokus. Like it says, somebody's going to do something wrong on Shabbos, Evan Mikir Yazik, the stone is going to scream out Shabbos. Not like Meir Sharm stones, but the stone of the wolves. They're going to scream out Shabbos. That means the world as world, Basar as Basar, is going to see elokus, and then it'll be Avos Hashem and Vadlakas Hanedas. The Yuchelach Halalis and Atam even Begashmis, based on Migdash Shlish, Begomad, Mitzvah Shlema, they Mashiach Tzedkei, Maamar.